evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's officially evening. This is your host, Christopher Mockingbird, and this evening edition of Fire of Liberty. It is 29th of June, 2017. Been quite a wonderful, beautiful ride that we've been on so far. From Renaissance to paradisical creation to manifestation of ultimately the accelerated manifestation of paradise on earth, which ultimately is already here in many different I wrote several. There were several newsletters written about Paradise on Earth, so that was back in December, and I think even in January. But yeah, December, November. Very big articles, but at the same time, we were able to accelerate even faster, and accelerated momentum, and be able to expand throughout all of creation. The key thing is that, which is, of course, the type of, not only one, the brahmachari, mentality, and, for example, the limitless potential of creation, but our actual, for one, sense of duty and responsibility, and accelerated ability to continue to expand throughout the throughout the universe, creating a massive, beautiful, peaceful, transition throughout all. Now, the key factor is, one of the key factors is immortality and some new well, not new, but kind of innate desires, which have always, not desires, but innate abilities, which have always been prevalent, which is to allow more creative abilities. So this is actually the development of some, for example, spiritual development. So not only, of course, the very skilled, already able abilities like telepathy, telekinesis, teleportation, and clairvoyance, all the clairs, and clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairessence, omniscience, also levitation, but creationalism, productification, facilitationalism, projectilism, capabilitization, functionabilitation, ultracoloration, passionation, and devotionalism, with the attributes, of course, of abundance, freedom, bliss, and transcendence. And or as in, pretty much, well, the heart. Well, let's see, let's put it this way. Innately, you can do, even planet-wise, of course, the reiteration of, which is very key, just about universal, or just any type of peace throughout the planet, which of course has been one of the main goals, of course, to never you ever have to use the W word, is the fact that we are actually affected, are a unified planet, and throughout able to be continued in transcendental in our transcendental nature, which of course is already has been crystallized with ignition. So ignition is all those chapters, and I believe it goes all the way to 16 from the Gita. very clear reiteration of what ignition is from the Gita now is the combination of those plus the new ability, which is it's not that new, but it's one of the new, let's call it talents, I guess, new skills, skill sets is electromagnetic mastery intelligence, and then combining that with the ability to produce multiple, for example, one layers of creation, multiple layers of facilitation, and which is so grand about this higher dimensional living, or higher dimensional plane, for example. And this is, of course, way expanded past the type, probably in the 200s now, not probably, but is in the 200s now, 232. So type 232 civilization, from, of course, the accelerated ability from the chakras, is 10 to the power of 2,326 watts. Quite a big number. Of course, it's quite a lot of energy, and of course that fruition is allowing us to be able to produce grand, beautiful results throughout the entire planet, universal peace. And that's, of course, just one thing, which is universal peace. And this is a grand acceleration, very good thing to celebrate is this peace, this unity, which reminds me, the peace, the unity, the cohesion, the ability, the adaptability, very, very key in the transcendental process throughout our creation, always moving forward, going to the next level, and expanding our limitlessness. And now a very key thing is the immortality, which allows us, of course, all this, well, not allows us, but is one of the grandest foundations of all solutions. And the fantastic thing is that this not only is just one of the, which I've reiterated before, well, I've written it down, but the type of how do I describe this? The type of, okay, there we go, multifaceted, multi-layered, multi-creationalistical nism is an expansion, of course, the limitlessness of our bodies, minds, soul, spirits, abilities, visions, and clarity. So, of course, ignition plus electromagnetic mastery intelligence, assigned with the direction of accelerated extreme electromagnetic mastery intelligence, allows us to not necessarily the word convince, but to accelerate, to produce, there we go, to produce fantastic, peaceful manifestations on Earth, developing and ultimately cementing in that city of light, where we are, of course, literal golden beings with golden auras, and allowing us to develop, of course, course, that absolute state of truth, for example, absolute truth, opulence, and continue on in our unlimited potential. And the fantastic thing about this is, of course, peace is only the beginning, and then, of course, more dreams can be quickly accessible from this limitless realm of creation, which is already, of course, combined with ignition and electromagnetic mastery intelligence. This is your host, Christopher Michael Curtis Bowen, on this evening edition of Fire of Liberty. Love you all. Good night. Love you all. It's on this June 29th edition of Fire of Liberty 2017. Love you all.